Hello out there and welcome to the first ever episode of OFFBeat on the Beat. I'm Sophie Huddleston.
And I'm Caroline Bauer.
And we are the co-founders of OFFBeat Apparel. And this is our podcast where we give a platform to people from all over to share their stories.
Yeah, so this is the most you'll ever hear us talk. It'll usually be other people with their own stories and their own methods of coping.
Yeah, so we're just going to use this as a platform to help incorporate different explanations for our clothing and just give different people a chance to have an outlet and potentially help other people. So, from if you know anyone or if you personally have a story to tell, there's a page on our website where you can contact us and we'd love to have you on.
Or Instagram DMs.
Yeah, Instagram DM, we check those a lot. So just
also email.
Yeah, spread the word about OFFBeat podcast, about our shop, and hopefully we can get some really cool stories in here and that kind of thing. So Caroline, I'll ask you first, where did the idea for OFFBeat Apparel come from?
It was just kind of like my way of, it was just like the way I decided I wanted to express myself and like contribute and help others without like having to be super open about what I struggle with and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So as a little bit of background for the listeners out there, Caroline and I have both had our fair share of bad days with mental illness, and we kind of started this business to give ourselves an outlet, to channel our energy into something positive that might help someone out there. So this is just our way of expressing, and we want to help other people find their way through the messages we portray in our clothing. And also, yeah, that's pretty much it, actually.
And through our podcast.
Oh, right, and through the podcast stuff. We have people come on and talk about their design. We do collabs, and we like to portray all walks of life, all aspects, and we want to get a lot of diversity, a lot of different things on here. So once again, if you're out there and you're thinking that you'd like to share your story or help others, reach out to us. And if you know someone, tell them too. So just keep continuing to spread the name about our podcast and our shop, because our main goal at the heart of this all is to just help others and make an impact. Caroline, do you want to talk a little bit about where we got the name OFFBeat?
Yeah, so OFFBeat originally started as like odd apparel, just like the word weird, odd, but it doesn't really work because like weird. I hit that in one more time. Weird isn't the right word because weird kind of has like a negative connotation and whatnot. So OFFBeat is just meant to me. It's just like it's a word that is just like describes a person that's a little bit different, but in a good way. And it's also a word that kind of fits in with like our unique together slogan. They just kind of go hand in hand. It's just a word that represents me, and I feel like represents a lot of other people, and represents the community that I'm trying to build as a whole.
Right. So to us, this is more than just a clothing line or a podcast, and we're trying to create a community and a movement, like as an incentive for change for people out there who want to see a change in the world. So this is the best we can think of for starting to bring more positivity in the world and acceptance. So our slogan, unique together, that's really, we think that the people who support OFFBeat and want to be a part of our community, we're passionate that they accept their uniqueness and they want to help others get to that place too. So the overall goal is just to bring more love, I guess, and acceptance.
I mean, this podcast is going to be our shortest of
Yeah.
the bunch. I mean, maybe later in a different podcast, we'll go in more depth about ourselves and more of our backgrounds. But this podcast was just kind of meant to portray the idea and the goals behind our new company.
Right. So again, like we said, we don't have much to say, and we never will, because this podcast is not our platform, unless we feature ourselves. But we're going to be just using this podcast as a platform for other people, and we will be we'll be starting that very shortly. So make sure to subscribe, share, stay tuned for that, because there's a lot of really cool people we have lined up to share some really cool stories about what they do with their lives and how they get through hard times, and some advice for you. So make sure to subscribe, do whatever to make sure that you don't miss our uploads and that you see our next podcast episodes. And also go to offbeatapparel.shop. You can support the people who are on the podcast whenever their episode comes up. You can buy a shirt now. You can give us a suggestion, anything. We want to hear it. Go follow our Instagram, Offbeat Apparel Shop.
Place an order for custom apparel.
And yeah, just keep being unique. And
if you need anyone to reach out to, we're here.
Yeah, so thanks for listening, and we hope to have you in our community. This is OffBeat, episode 1, Off the Beat.